Welcome back to Sapporo, the capital and largest city of the northern island of Hokkaido, Japan. Lots of neon in the downtown area where you can sample all sorts of diverse foods. And there's the clock tower sitting in the town centre. Away from the hustle and bustle of the town centre, we're at the 1972 Olympic ice hockey venue for the 2015 ZEN-NOH World Women's Curling Championships.
We are on the northern island of Hokkaido and the largest...
Session of this year's championship, and a featured game will be Finland against Canada. My name is Logan Gray, and alongside me Kenneth Edwards for this evening's play, bringing you live commentary and some guidance along the way.
They're all playing well, the teams are getting better, but almost getting a big
Canada, the reigning Olympic champions from the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia, and recently crowned Canadian champions. Let's take a look at this new Finnish team. Mario Hipi playing lead, Ona Kauste playing second, Heidi Ossi playing third, and Sanna Pustinen, the skip. Alternate, Moja, Salmio Virta, and Perttu Pilo, the coach. Let's have a look at this Olympic champion team. Dawn McEwen at lead, Jill Officer, the second player, Caitlin Laws, the third player, and the skip, of course, Jennifer Jones, alternate, Jennifer Clark-Ruyer, and Wendy Morgan,
the
the coach.
2015 World Women's Curling Championship from Sapporo, Japan is brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for more than 20
So this is how they
years.
stack up after the first round. China, Germany, Russia and Switzerland all chalking up their first victory of the week. Canada, Denmark, Scotland and Finland getting their campaign underway this evening. And of course Japan, Norway, Sweden and United States on the wrong side of the results in this afternoon's first session. So currently the German national team being honoured. All the teams will be honoured throughout the week, and elsewhere on the ice, China and Germany, and Switzerland and the United States and Denmark up against Scotland. So Kenny, Canada haven't actually won the World Women's Championship since 2008, and Jennifer Jones was the last team to do that. What have they got to do to get things back on track for Canada for this World Championship?
Well, I think it's quite simple, Logan. It's start winning games. I do feel that Jennifer Jones is a strong favourite coming into not just this game, the tournament as a whole. This Finnish team, don't underestimate them. They had a really good European Championship earlier on in the year, well, back tail end of 2014, finishing 6th. So they know how to compete at this top level. But I think key for Canada really is just to be patient. With Canada playing the Yellowstones and Finland the Reds, I think Canada will get a few mistakes maybe at the front end of Finland.
So draw number 2 underway. Here's Mario Hipi, the 37-year-old, curled for 11 years and works as a researcher. First time at the world stage, having played in 5 European Championships previously. That makes a very nice start to this campaign for Finland. So kind of looks like we're going to see a corner guard here. Don McEwen, formerly known as Don Askin. Of course, married Mike McEwen recently. And we're seeing a corner guard thrown here from Canada. I think that's to be expected.
Yeah, absolutely. Canada looked to try and get a jump on this inexperienced team, but I think that one maybe just pecked or was just short. So, not really sure what happened with that one. Yeah, I think what we'll see is Canada be quite aggressive. They know they're probably tactically and more ability. Their ability is a lot more than the Finnish guys, so they'll probably just try and force the game a little more than the Finnish.
Oh, perfect setup from Mario Hipi. And immediately Canada forced into playing a game they probably don't particularly want to play in the first end.
So just looking to tap the red back, but not quite enough, but reasonable result.
Here's Anna Costa, the 27-year-old makeup artist and hairdresser from Helsinki. She's also played in 5 European Championships, but never at the World Women's stage.
Yeah, Finland really performing well at the Europeans, earning their right to play here, and that just shows you why. Right round in on top of it. That's a great shot.
Yeah, and immediately Canada are having to hit and run here. Sensing the danger here early in this game.
So peels the guard off and also leaves a corner. So let's see how important that stone is towards the end of this first end. Just over curling, maybe.
Yeah, covers the correct side of that red stone, though. Canada can't really make a play on it at the moment. Just wonder if they might try and run this in and kind of open things up a little bit.
I think that's what they called. They maybe just trying to catch a piece of the yellow as well. This one's begun to move hard. Yeah, that's a nice shot.
I think that's a pretty good result, to be honest. Clears the centre of play.
Yeah, it pushes the 2 of the red stones out into the 12-foot. Doesn't pose too much danger there. And also you've got that double corner guard now.
Here's Heidi Ossi, 27-year-old student from Helsinki. She's married and been on the team for 4 years.
Yeah, that one running a little bit deep and sort of missed opportunity to apply a bit of pressure to Team Canada. As we see the rules of play, 6 end minimum in the round robin stages with that new 38-minute thinking time and 1 60-second timeout. Chance for Caitlin Laws. Going to play the double takeout in these reds. Won't be too worried about getting in behind the guard. But just makes the single. Problem Finland have here is everything's sort of back tee. Nothing's really posing Canada any trouble if they make the hit and roll even in behind the guard. So slight error from Finland.
I don't mind that. It's up to you. I like drawing, I think. Okay. Back 8. Yeah. Okay. 13.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much value hitting the red to the right of the shot.
No, absolutely, Kenny. If the thrower feels confident in the speed of the ice and the draw is a good call. Caitlin Laws, the 26-year-old sales rep. She's been curling for 22 years, getting them started early in Canada. Of course, Caitlin is the newest member of this team, stepping in at third to replace Kathy Overton at the start of the last Olympic cycle. And just over curls a fraction, but nice weight there from the Canadian third.
Yeah, it does ask the question though. She's sort of half checked on the red. Don't want to be inside with this.
Yeah, it finished up nice at the end.
Joe didn't get there. Yeah. So she kept thinking you were just going to throw it. It's like,
let it work.
No, all right.
Ei, toi on varmaan jees. Mieluummin kuitenkin tää poski.
So our first look at Sanna Puustinen, and that one was way off the mark.
Maybe some early nerves here from the 26-year-old sports teacher. First time at the World Championships and up against the Olympic champions. Bit of a baptism of fire, as you would say, Kenny.
Yeah, I think so. It's a little strange to see a skip missing by such a margin. But maybe just feeling the pressure in this first game for both these teams.
Like a 9, 9.5. Like, I don't want to be out here.
Sure,
Okay.
So Jennifer Jones, 40-year-old. Curl, 20 years.
Good 9, solid 9.
Yeah.
Seems to have been around forever.
Yep.
Yeah, for fifth time at the World Championships. Only won it once. Made the playoffs every single time. Of course, skipping our team to win the Scotties Tournament of Hearts in Moose Jaw earlier this year.
It was good, I think. Good weight. Good weight. Good. Solid. 9. Sulla on rolli tohon eteen, keltaisen eteen. 9. Joo.
Well, this would be a soft 2 to give up in the first end.
Yeah, just one real bad error. doesn't make the check-in, so Jen Jones is going to have a draw to the 8-foot to steal a march on Finland.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Not quite as fast as draw the button?
No, I don't think so. I had a 13 on the girls that went back, so that's what we were thinking on Caitlin. So I don't know what she told you, but I'd probably say 3 3/4, 4.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just discussing the split time, what weight to throw at this.
Yeah, especially early on in the game, the sweepers really need to be on their toes as to what the speed of the ice is. Important that they give their skip accurate information to make crucial shots like this. Should be a formality, really.
I think it's all running. It's all there. You can on this back one. Nina, we've got the back in. Yeah, weight's great. Weight's great. A little line.
Yeah, throws that one perfect right on to the button. And a great score off 2 for Canada
Did you get on that,
in the first end.
Yeah. 13-1. Nice, Jen.
This is ridiculous how heavy this is.
Yeah, no kidding.
Look, I feel like that's like hack weight almost.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's not quite hack.
Yeah, but it's
So after 1, Canada 2, Finland 0.
Second end underway here. Don McEwen. Canada somehow managing to muster a deuce in that first end. A complete miss from Sanna Pustinen with her first one, really gifting the points to Canada. Not really what you want to be doing against the reigning Olympic champions. And Don McEwen coming up a little bit shy of the house there. Would have wanted that one in the house.
So a few stones in play. Don McEwen come round the barrier side on the out turn.
Well, I think from the discussions at the end of the first end, the Canadian team saying that perhaps the ice was just a little bit slow, hadn't quite run in. And certainly, I know from talking to one of the coaches earlier on after the first draw that the speed of the ice was quite variable. It was really quick and it was really slow and it was really fast again another couple of ends later. So the teams who've got the experienced sweepers who can monitor these situations and keep on top of them are going to be the teams that perform well this week.
Yeah, certainly, Logan. I think our ice technicians here have identified that there's going to be quite a lot of support for the home nation. And also what that does is it brings a lot of heat in with people. So they have turned the plant up to try and reduce that temperature. And we can see just around the arena, the fans are on, blowing cold air into the surrounding seating and supporting area. Not as much of a crowd in this evening, though.
No, certainly not, Kenny. Of course, the host nation not playing this evening. Big crowds and big crowds of photographers in as well to see Ayumi Ogasawara and her team getting their championship underway. Unfortunately, with a loss for the home nation.
Yeah, that one just crashing into the guard.
Over on sheet B, China and Germany, both putting wins on the board this afternoon. Germany with a shock win over the reigning Olympic silver medalist Sweden, scoring 2 in the 10th end and then stealing the extra end as well. This is Cielio throwing the last stones for China. And hitting for 2 and rolls out. So a missed opportunity there for the Chinese skip. Puts 1 on the board though. And after 1 end, it's China 1, Germany 0.
Felt like I threw B their arena for that, for tight. Be there like T-line? Yeah.
Nelia! Nelia! Mitä? Auki. Joo, tule Nelia. Jos se tulee tästä ei haittaa. Jos se tulee näin ja toi pesä ei haittaa. Nelia.
Yeah, so I think they're actually trying to go for the port with this one. Preferably trying to open things up, I think would be the call with this.
Valmiina?
Oh, have you ever made that through the hole? That's a great shot. But still in a lot of trouble.
I think so.
Are we shot?
Yeah, 1. Do you like this one?
Yeah. Hit on the nose? Yeah. Even the nose is pretty good. Okay.
So I think you would see a lot of teams in this situation just throw another guard. But not Jennifer Jones. She's going to run one of the yellows back into the reds.
Gotta go this way. Yeah.
So it does move the top red off.
Yeah, Canadians smelling a little bit of danger there, and a good shot there by Caitlin Laws. Would have liked to stick it.
Good.
I just wanted to see if it was going to finish.
Yeah.
Ei tosta pääse tosta välistä. Pakko nostaa. Takavalkovoima, kyllä se taipuu. Takavalkoinen! Ei! Ei! Taka! Ei pysty! Ei pysty! Tomina! Jop! Jop!
Heidi Hosey for Finland trying to come around. Just catches that top yellow. And doesn't do enough to open the yellow in the forefeet either. So, again, I think we'll see Canada just make a play in these reds and tidy things up. Finland just not got a hold of the ice yet in this game.
That was a little too firm, I think, hey?
She won firm.
Yeah,
I think it was
that was
fine.
okay.
That's fine.
Clean! Oh! Oh! Clean! Yeah! Oh! Oh! Hard, Dawn. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Sorry, Caitlin.
Doesn't make the double, but makes
Nice throws, Caitlin.
a nice shot to sit to.
Sorry. Could have made it. Näkyyks kokonaan? Just. Tulla ysi.
There's Perttu Pilo, the Finnish coach. Yeah, 2 nice shots there by Caitlin Laws.
Ei. Ei.
Really turning the end around.
Ei.
And what looked like a slightly
Ei.
precarious position for Canada. All of a sudden, very much things are in hand here. Well, a double takeout here from Finland, though, and even catches on the wide one. Didn't see that one coming, Kenny.
Yeah, I thought if you make the double, you're probably going to push them two of them together. So yeah, it does make the double takeout, but
That one first?
Yeah.
easy opportunity now for Canada just to peel them away. Wendy Morgan, the coach for Team Canada. Throwing a bit of heat in this one. And this one started to move big time. And have they made the roll? I think they have. What a shot.
Well, pick it out, Jennifer Jones. That's an absolute beauty.
Well, that's her fault.
Makes the double takeout and then a full 6-foot roll perfectly behind the centre guard. The only criticism would be this, that she's back at the tee line.
Yeah, I needed to throw a little bit more weight, maybe. Yeah, so fully buried.
That's when Jill had a 12 and a half.
Yeah. Sit viekää. Saa viedä. Väliin saa viedä. Etupunainen. Jop! Suunta! Ei suunta! Ei! Voima vaan! Ei suunta! Voima vaan!
So Pustinen trying to make the freeze here. I think ideally should be able to bump this yellow a little bit, try and make the scoring area a bit bigger.
Yeah, she has moved it and done enough.
Well, maybe just a fraction more curl required there to get to the nose.
Solid hack?
Solid hack.
I don't know, this is a complete guess. Do you like that, or do you think that's too much? No, I think it'll move.
Yeah, I think it'll move too. That looks good.
It'll be a little heavier down the middle here, I think.
I think so, yeah.
I agree, yeah.
Solid hack, I think.
Okay,
I gotta get to nose. It should finish though.
I agree.
So like a 3 down the middle?
Yeah.
That heavy?
Yeah, I would say. I just had a 3.5 on that one in the good spot, so.
that's too much? It's got to be close, hey?
I think it's pretty close, yep. I really only, you guys, I really only have to move it 3 feet. Okay. Right? So, let's go. I'd like to move it from
Jennifer doing our job for us, just telling our team need to move it about 3 feet.
Yeah, you're really hearing a lot of discussion about the speeds as much as anything, especially on a shot like this with the weight being so important. It's really crucial that you know exactly the speed of the ice so that you can get the right amount of curl and make this shot the way that you called it.
This one beginning to move now. Nice shot. 2 pistols from Jennifer Jones.
Good job. Yeah, it didn't come down a ton. Maybe a hair, but...
Sorry. Oh, it's good. Solid, eh?
Yeah, I went to like back.
Okay, so...
Yeah, so can play the nose to pick up 1. Great force though.
Like I wasn't sure. I knew I had bumper.
So final stone for Sanna Puustinen of Finland in this second end, looking for a nose hit. This one needs to move a little. And plays it really nicely. Nice weight. And it will be a single point. And Finland trail Canada 2-1 after 2 ends.
Yeah.
So back with the action here at the World Women's Curling Championships 2015. Finland versus Canada. Canada leading 2-1. I'm Ken Edwards and I'm joined by Logan Gray.
Yeah, that was a lovely final stone of the second end from Sanna Puustinen after a nervous start in the first, missing an open takeout.
Line's good. Line's good, you have room.
And a crucial one. Wouldn't have liked to fall any further behind Canada.
Come on, guys. Keep her going.
So Super's managed to get that one into the house. Still a little bit high though, and Finland just going to ignore that stone for the time being. Try and swing one round in behind. Yeah, comes up a little bit shy there. But they play on the centre line at the moment.
Yeah, Canada can't remove both them guards.
Line's good. Yeah,
Playing the 4-rock rule here.
Line's good, though.
I don't think it'll be long till we see the 5-rock rule applied at the World and European Championships.
Go for it. Come on. Keep going. Oh, you got Come on. Keep her going. Keep her going. Keep her going. Keep her going. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Good.
And what we mean by the 4 and 5-rock rule is the first 4 stones, if they're not in that scoring area, they can't be removed from play. Unless they're your own stones, of course. And so you can't remove any of the opposition stones if they're short of the scoring area.
Well, Finland are going to start to move things around for Canada. Don't like those yellow stones in behind when they don't have the last stone.
So they do remove one of the yellows. And have they hung the red around out wide? I think they maybe have.
I don't mind that, if we can.
This one just a little bit inside.
How much space do you have? Quarter rock. Maybe here.
Yeah, pushes the yellow into the open.
Top 4.
They were throwing their tight ones at 15 to tight the side.
So Canada going to elect to swing another one round the centre guards. Not really where they would want to be.
Line's a little tight. You gotta go.
Rather unorthodox throw there
Go back 12. You gotta go.
from Jill Officer.
I know me. You don't want to. You gotta go deep anyway. Back 12. Just high. Just high. Gotta be back. Back 12. Just a bite. Come on.
And
Go. Go.
bit of a mistake throwing that one
Go.
right back to the bat ring.
Well, let's take another look at it. Kenny, what would you say exactly was unorthodox about that throw?
It's just that the elbow action, you tend to see the sort of top players throw through the stone rather as across it. Moving the elbow, you sort of pull your whole hand away and you tend to square them, what they say, up the hill.
Well, going for plan B here. Oh, and just wiggles between them, but good enough to lie second shot.
Or do you like that? Still tempting. I don't like it. Opens this one up. Yeah. You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think you've
Back same way.
got to make a play on that yellow. No real benefit from peeling the guards off.
Yeah, I thought they might have done this with the previous effort, just to try and prevent Finland from playing a hit and roll under the centre guards.
Whoa! Back 4 maybe. Leslie. Yeah. Go then. Yep. Whoa. You can't. Whoa. Back 4. Okay, we've got nose. You can go. We're on the nose. You can go. Yep.
So just Trying to bring this one down into the 8 foot. That one over curled, but they do manage to get to the button. But elsewhere on sheet C, Switzerland taking on United States.
Yeah, here's Alina Patz, the victorious skip from our first broadcast this afternoon, up against the United States, who ran it tight with Russia for the first 6 ends before giving up 7 shots in 2 ends. And Alina Patz just needing to find a piece of the 4 here to score 2. Struggled a little bit with her draw weight this morning, but a really nice draw there. Gives them a 2-1 lead over the United States. 2 ends played.
But back with the feature game, an absolute disaster there. Finland nosing the top yellow, driving it back onto the red, and leaving 3 Canadian stones in that scoring target there. And if they could ever just make a nice hit and check to the side, even a nose,
Yeah, but I think that's what she's through.
Finland are in deep, deep trouble.
Yeah, absolutely, Kenny. They won't want to roll too far with this one. If they can stick around the nose, I think that'll be a pretty good result. But
really hard.
Have they managed to get it past the guard, so Logan?
Back red, no roll. Back red, no roll. Sit. Right out. Okay, good.
well, rolls over. Maybe a little bit further than they would have wanted, and Finland needing to be a little bit careful here now, facing 4 yellow stones in behind the guards without the last stone advantage.
Okay, good.
Just didn't want to set it and have it track.
Yeah, so not sure I agree with them removing the centre guards, trying to drive them up anyway. They're your saviour, really. At this point in the end, you really need to get something on that centre line. You're asking for a perfect shot with this.
Yeah, I agree, Kenny. I think by hitting the guard there, you're accepting you're going to give up 2 or 3. I think they need to maybe play a freeze in there. Try and get some sort of saver in there, locked onto that stone in the button.
Yeah, force Canada to chase you now. Canada, you're going to be chasing Canada now on in. This is looking very good for Team Canada. And they haven't really done anything special in this end. Just a few mistakes from Finland has put themselves in trouble, really.
Well, the Canadians are such a good team, Kenny, that as soon as you miss 1 shot on the wrong side, never mind 2, then you know you're going to be in a bit of a sticky wicket.
You gotta go. 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 Go! Go, go, go! Nice shot, Caitlin. Very nice. Good.
Well, I think you really needed to be top of the 12 foot with that one, not right down into the 4.
Yeah, maybe a chance of a reprieve here for Team Finland. That one just a little bit deep, maybe over curls a fraction as well.
Really did finish hard at the end there.
Joo, on se parempi kuin toi ratsu, toi on tosi vaikea kuitenkin, toi on niin pitkä matka. Joo. Tai jos se näkyy hyvin, niin tullaan sit 8. Ratsu vai? Ei tulla ratsu, okay. Toi näkyy toi keltainen kuitenkin. Tosi pieni osuma. Joo.
So I'm not sure what the call is. Are they trying to shave the top guard and catch the yellow on the right down onto the...
Yeah, I think for me, I think they want to try and pinch a quarter of that yellow stone on the right hand side and run on to the other yellow and leave yourself frozen on the one in the button. More important to get a good shooter here than to remove a lot of granite.
And was really quick to release that one. And this one's sitting a little high at the moment. Although doesn't get in for a shot, that's a bit of a saver in there, top of the 4.
Yeah, it certainly improves the situation, Kenny, but still difficult to see how Finland are going to force here.
So I had theirs for yours.
I didn't think I said it or anything. Like, I just kind of thought if you're here, but I like that. Whereabouts are you, like, just past that one?
Yeah, I think so. Top 12's okay. Tight guard, top 12.
Okay.
Caitlin was a little soft, so hers kind of just. So I don't think you'll need to suit this early. I've taken more ice.
So I think they're just going to try and throw something onto the centre line in behind that red to stop the finish skip, just driving that one back.
Not bad. Hey!
Sweep it out. Keep
For
it out
sure.
there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Time's good. Top 12. Top 12 is good. Clean. Almost to it. Yep. Almost to it. Yep. To it. Yep. Oh. Yep, yep, yep. To it. Yep. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good. Good.
Yeah, it does stick it right in on top.
Good. Yep.
Does leave everything still lined up, though, if Finland did ever choose to play the run back.
Awful, yeah.
Has risks itself, though.
Niin, oi. Kattaisi vaan täysin amatööri. Niin.
Yeah, it's
No mun mielestä niinku...
not what you want to be left with when you don't have last stone.
Ulkoposkeen tuohon keltaiseen, niin mun mielestä... Ei vaan mä
I think they're looking at this top corner guard, possibly driving it in, or driving the centre one back. Even if you drive the centre one back, you might squeeze the red into the open and give up 3 or 4. So very, very difficult call now for
Yksi vaihtoehto on kiertää
Sana Pystynen.
kolmonen, mutta tosi vaikee.
Se on vaikea, mutta...
Ai sit tohon noin. Pikku tökki tästä.
Mites sit täältä kautta?
Niin, mun mielestä ehkä
even
tää
playing the
olisi
freeze, I don't think you can get in for second shot.
Joko kiinni siihen niin, tai sitten pikku tökkiä.
Joo. Mun mielestä se voisi olla paras.
En näy yhtään, mutta...
Ei. Kyllä se siihen saa nojalle taivutettua tohon. Voidaan hakea sinne tai sitten se kierto tänne. Mut sit taas sekin on stopparina. Tossa on tosi pieni se marginaali. Tässä se saa vähän jopa tökätä.
Jos me kierretään jää tänne näin tuplan paikalle sitten.
Ei toi, en mä usko, että toi meidän on lähdössä mihinkään. Tullaan sitten.
So I think they're actually just electing to play the freeze and hoping that
Mun mielestä
they're only going to give up 2.
Niin. Mun mielestä on...
Probably playing this shot. If this over curls, catch the top
Niin.
yellow, they might even set up a chance for a double to remove both of the reds.
Okei, se ei näy yhtään.
Really thrown to nothing with this.
Mahdollisuus saada ne 2 keltaista sieltä mäkeen. Mutta ei. Mennään tällä.
Eli T-voi.
Takapuuna. Joo,
Might even leave a slash for 5.
Joo, pitäkää varmaan. Ota vieläkin vähän! Se on niin teillä, että ota vieläkin vähän!
Takapuna!
Ei. Ei! Irti! Takavalkee, puna! Ei mitään! Takapuna! Vähän takaa! Ei! Takavalkee! Ei mitään! Takaisin! Osuuko?
Just doesn't do enough. And that's going to be a straightforward draw to the 1 foot with a little bit of back in. 4-3. Not the way Finland would have wanted to start World Championship campaign.
Nothing less, I'd say. Yeah. Looks like same ice. Yeah.
I was almost going to play the nose hit. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I don't know. I think I could throw that same way.
Agree.
Yeah, we were thinking the same thing. You need full four.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think it'll just be the dead draw they're playing here. They do have a little bit of backing if they were to be running a little bit heavy and wide. But it should be pretty straightforward this for Jennifer Jones.
Looks like more, yeah.
Line's good. You need this?
Waist close.
Tell you.
Line's great.
No,
Yes, you can.
Yes, the line if you can. Hard line. Hard.
Well, have they got it there? Have they got it past the top one?
Oh,
have they got it down there?
They haven't, Logan. A big mistake. You really throw that one on the high side. Error on the professional side. So big let off for
Sorry, Jen.
for Finland, but I think Canada will be fairly happy. They lead 4-1 here in Sapporo, Japan, at the 2015 World Championships.
Yeah, we were on that. We need to keep the line out.
To keep the line out. We had to keep the line out. So
We weren't on it till.
I was just thinking.
So just the two in the third end. Jennifer Jones coming up a little shy with her draw.
Looks light to me.
But the Olympic champions off to a lovely start to this 2015 World Championship. Leading by 4 shots to 1.
Okay, don't get it in. No.
Again, just coming up a little bit shy here.
It really makes a difference.
Yeah. When you're okay.
Lähellä hyvä. Saat tuoda jos tarvii. Vakava vähän. Joo.
Yeah, I think we'll really see Finland throw the kitchen sink now, trailing by 3. And really do need to get something going.
Line's tight. You gotta go line. Line's gotta go line. Really hard line. Hard line. Whoa. Hard line. Whoa. Hard line. Hard.
Just trying to drag this one past the top. Over curls fractionally. Just kisses it on the way by.
So electing to go the double corner guard.
Just the one.
Well, Canada immediately switching to defense here. I'm going to start picking these guards off.
No, off. Okay.
Well, Kenny mentioned the big extension that Jill Officer tends to throw with, and the problem can be that you can tend to overthrow things from time to time, and that was certainly what happened on that occasion.
Yeah, here you see it, all action from the elbow.
Oh, another one clicks the guard. Both teams just struggling to take enough ice at the moment. So meanwhile, over on Sheet C, Switzerland, we saw a drawing for 2 in the second end to take a 2-1 lead. Here's Aileen Svermunen, the rookie skip for the United States. Needs to find a piece of the 4 to score. And this stone coming down hard. Is it going to get there? It is not. Put another 2 on the board for Switzerland. And just like they did this morning, scored 2 in the 4th end and 2 in the 5th end. And they've done it again with back-to-back deuces here. Now leading the USA by 4 shots to 1. So that's the sign for a technical timeout. Having some issues with the eye on the hog handles. Yeah. So the clocks will be stopped and we'll get someone over to have a look at it. It's the offending handle right there.
With the lights, they are not flashing or something. Yeah. Mitä? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so.
And I don't know. Anyone noticed that?
They're just waiting for an umpire actually, just to.
Okay, yeah.
Must be away for their dinner.
Yeah. There's the offending stone. Yeah, all these touch-sensitive handles in play at all major championships now. Just takes any human element out of the equation.
Well, you would say that, Kenny, but watching the Briar last week, there was certainly an instant where Carter Rycroft threw a stone clearly released before the hog line. The lights started flashing red. But some good sportsmanship from Kevin Cooey and his Alberta side allowed the stone to be rethrown.
So, problem with the colors. Okay.
Well, the difference that they had there, though, is that they had a jumbotron, a big screen where they could watch replays of it. aren't so lucky here in Sapporo at the Tsukisama Gymnasium.
Yeah, a little surprised they didn't just get the umpire to stand on the hog line.
Yeah, that's generally the accepted procedure these days, is that they'll allow the player to throw the stone, and then they'll deal with this afterwards. Of course, while this is going on, the ice conditions are potentially changing due to the lack of play. And well, whatever the fault, it seems to be corrected now. We're just waiting on an umpire making a move to stand on the hog line now. Perhaps not dealt with as efficiently as we would have hoped. Now gets past the guard. Oh, and a super hit and stick there from Unakausta.
We have to. You need to bite the 8. 13-6 in there, so I don't think it's too bad here anymore. Bite the 8 for a second. You got loads of line. It's all you. Gotta be second. You need 8 foot. Gotta be there. Super guard. Hard. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, that one not even close.
It came off like right out of your hand.
Yeah, I thought that'd be okay. Sorry. Not even close.
Yeah, so I think we'll see Finland maybe play the hit, but I think maybe just an in-turn draw off the centre line, round in behind them guards would be maybe a call, but I maybe think it's a chance to open up the centre with this one. Problem if you do go around, you would be pushing one of the yellows towards your stone that you've just played. So. Really needed to keep that red stone in play.
So quite a lot of debris on the right-hand side of the sheet there, and Canada can't really play a play a peel here without giving Finland an opportunity to score a deuce and get back into this game. So going to try and choke off the draw by throwing one into the front of the house.
It's over curling, Jill.
Okay. Well,
good. Good, Caitlin.
I would have never guessed to throw that on my first heavier. 3.5.
Okay. Mihin? Täälläkin on ihan hyvä, Heidi. Tänne kiinni.
Yeah, so opportunity for Finland. They've got 2 yellow stones they could use.
Yeah, again, just slipped a foot too far, really. And Ari Usi will have the chance to make the freeze. Just kind of bounces off and gets stuck in no man's land a little bit. should be fairly easy to remove for the Canadians if they choose to.
I don't mind hitting it. I guess even if I overcurl and I do that, it's only a deuce, right? I'm just trying to... Okay, Jordan thrower is very well, so I'm thinking it's going to curl up there. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it'll finish with that nice weight. You got it.
How much do I have? Half?
You want that one?
No, the other one. Bumper. It's a really long guard.
Yeah.
Try to get it through that hole. Is it normal speed here?
No, no, a little heavier.
Okay.
Well, needs to get by the guard here. Oh, and just flicks it.
Yeah, so can they see enough of the yellow maybe to push it and sit two? May be able to see enough of the yellow on the left. Yeah, I think they might be able to come down at, even if they came down and caught cornerstone of the red and pushed it onto the yellow, the shooter would then go on to the other yellow. Could possibly sit three, but
that weight wasn't solid, was it?
Because then your shooting stone maybe go back up the way and catching the red that's just outside the house.
Well, I would say the one in the 4 foot is not really the problem. It's the one in the edge of the 8 foot is the hard one to get. Is it worth potentially going after that one in the tee line at the moment and maybe rolling into your own red and kind of pushing it back towards the centre? I don't know.
I think that's the call, Logan. Just come down at peel weight. If you catch a bit of the red, great. If you don't, you might pick the double on the yellows. So
I think they could well be going after the shot stone here. Try and hit and roll to the other side of the 4 foot and lie two.
yeah, see, not as many spectators in for this evening's draw as we had for the opening draw of the.
Well, this was a legitimate timeout call this time. Of course, the last one was a faulty handle that caused the problem. This time it's the tactical situation. Gonna need some extra time to consider their options.
Siinä on aika paljon suoraan päivään.
Aika pieni se on se osuma tuohon. Tosi vaikea.
Siinä ehkä vähän enemmän väliä mitä tuolla. Niin.
So hopefully the coach will be saying, just come down at peel weight onto that red stone, catch around an inch of it.
Yeah, coach Perttu Pilu.
Ai lujalla ihan.
No, mutta siis joku 9.
Niin on.
Ja minkälainen osumakohta?
Se on tosi pieni osuma. Se on tosi pieni.
Näkyykö se niin paljon? Haetaan kuitenkin sitä ihan pientä. Kyllä siinä 9 sillä pääsee. Niin.
Well, this is certainly the longest end of the week so far. Of course, we had that break for the faulty handle earlier, and now a timeout. But I think this is good here for Finland to give this situation the correct amount of time and be sure and they're taking the right decision. They might not get too many opportunities to get a big score off Canada, so.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a timeout called before the 5th end break.
I'm not too sure what the call was in the end. It looks like they're going to make a play on their own red, as you suggested, Kenny.
Just looking to catch a couple of inches. They've passed the top one. And they just couldn't quite squeeze it past. So the shot maybe wasn't there at that weight. Yeah. Yeah, I got pretty tight to maybe an inch tighter. And it would have stayed, actually. You would have caught more of the yellow and bounced up to the red. So it maybe was there.
To be honest, Kenny, I think they might have been trying to hit closer to nose. I mean, not too sure what the call was in the end.
But Canada still got to be cute with this shot. They can't afford to hit on the nose or just be a straightforward double down the same line for a 2. So. Canada will look to roll this one.
No. Never. No. Anything, Caitlin? No. Good.
That's a really good shot. That does force Finland into the single.
I made 2.5 shots that and we're going to force. That's pretty good.
Tullaanko poista vai määris?
Joo.
Poista vai määris? Joo, hyvä.
14. Kuulostaako hyvältä? Pitäisikö olla punaisella?
Joo. Kunnolla valkoinenkin riittää. Siis kokonaan kunnolla.
Joo.
Aika hyvä.
There's our hog-to-hog timer there, keeping an eye on things for us.
Yeah, so that's the final stone of the 4th end. And looks pretty good at the moment. Super's just keeping it moving. And that one's going to pull up on the tee line. And a score of 1. And the score now 4-2 in Canada's favour.
Yeah, I think a bit more curlier than I would have hoped for. But got the job done and puts another point on the board for Finland. So here's Mario Ipi getting the 5th end started. And looking for the centre guard in Finland with all the work to do, trailing the Olympic champions by 2 shots. Still a long way to go though, Kenny.
Yeah, certainly. I think if Finland can force one, maybe take 2 in the 6th, again, right back in the game. But for Finland, as we said at the beginning of the game, front end has really struggled, and that's what's been the difference so far between the 2 teams.
Well, if you can you get off? Let it throw. There it goes. Yep. Top 4, guys. Top 4. Top 4. Come on, Caitlin. Yep, yep, yes, yes, yes. It is top 4. You're good, you're good.
Lovely draw from Don McEwen.
Yeah, beginning to find their feet here in this game. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how hard Canada push here in this 5th end. Will they go and try and maybe blanket, or will they just go with it, try and take 2?
Line's good. You want it to it, frozen. Line's tighter. For line 2, guys, you gotta go. You gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. Keep going.
Yeah, nice little pocket there for the Canadians to freeze in. Sweepers going coast to coast, but still a little bit long. Good line though. Over on sheet B, back to China and Germany. The only match between the 2 teams, both on 1 win in this 2nd draw. Sia Leo with her final stone here of the 5th end. Nearly a full end ahead of her featured game and putting 2 on the board to now lead Germany by 3 shots to 2.
My gut was a hit and roll, but
I don't mind throwing this solid and trying to kick that.
firm.
Firm.
At the end? Yeah.
Yep. Gives it a bit of hot sauce once again.
Oh, feathers regarding still manages to take the one in the house.
Yes.
I think Finland can find themselves hard done to with that one.
Yeah, just the faintest of glances on the guard.
More, I guess. Huh? I said need to set them a little more.
On a coaster. Trying to just play the freeze. Maybe just tap the red up. Ah, this is a great shot.
Lovely angles. Lines things up onto that yellow shot stone. So here's Aileen Surminen once again with her final stone of the 5th end. Saw her come up short against 2. gets the job done this time though. And bounces back with a deuce just before half-time. And Switzerland now leading the United States by 4 shots to 3 after 5 ends. And we'll have the hammer when they return after a short break.
Jos tulee, niin saa tuoda kiinni. Tänne poskee. Marginaalisuoja lähellä.
Yeah, so Finland got 2 in the forefoot. And that yellow grading stone top of the 8, it's really protecting the button area. So I think Finland will just be throwing another one right up in top of this yellow, maybe 3 or 4 feet short of the house. A little heavy with that though, and you've set the angles up really nicely now.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a couple of these red stones fly here.
Yeah, they're not frozen. Oh, it just looks, okay. We'll just dead stick that here. Okay.
Well, if they get this really good, they might well just spin it back towards the freeze. So trying to drive this red at the top of the 8 foot across the face of the yellow.
Well, yeah, I'd like to get rid of this if I can.
And onto the red at the top of the 4 foot and maybe spin back towards the center line would be perfect. You're looking for about a half stone connection on this first red. How's it look? Too thick, really, from Caitlin Laws. And a couple of reds still hanging around here.
Yeah, would I like to move that red that's in behind the corner guard at least into the open.
Yeah, so Finland with a chance to hit and lie 3. Still no great danger for Canada at the moment. No centre guards in play, of course.
Well, that really, for me, wasn't a great shot hitting on the nose, because you can play the double on the high ones, and that really exposes that red on the button, and you're, as they say in a poker game, you're all in. And, oh, uncharacteristic mistake there, really caught it on the wrong side. And not too happy with that one. Yeah, I don't think she'll want to see that one again. So from a nice looking position, Finland are still looking pretty good to force or maybe even pick up the single point in this 5th end.
Well, already line 2. Looks like they may be going for the takeout on the wing here.
Yeah, I don't really agree with this, Logan. If they're going for the takeout, you just throw something up on top of the house here just to cover that red.
Tempted to ask for no, we'll just the intern and just hit and play the hit.
Yeah, absolutely, Kenny. I think centre guard of some sort of cover, as you say, would be advisable at this point when you're chasing the game.
Yeah, the problem is you might spin the yellow down into the 4 foot doing this. Well, it does probably sit 3 though, but there's no real danger with this. Canada will just freeze that one. I'll just bump it back. And yeah, strange call that one from Finland.
Yeah, well, at some stage when they're chasing the game, they are going to need to throw caution to the wind a little bit and take a bit more risk than that. Especially with where the red stone is behind the corner guard, it looks unlikely that stone's going to be removed at some stage, which was already out counting the 2 yellows on the right-hand side of the sheet as we look at it.
Yeah, and Finland were rather fortunate still to sit 3. If it had curled a little bit, maybe half an inch more, they might have only been sitting 1. So Canada know they're going to have to score in this end, so this is why Jennifer's just trying to play the freeze. So if you've got last stone, let's try and make a 2 out of it. Wait for a mistake. A nice effort.
Joo, mielellään jäisikin pesä. Ota ihan vähän.
Nokkaa vai?
Ihan vähän on peskä.
Mario ees. Joo.
Puustinen just looking for the hit and check to the 8 foot to sit 4. Oh. You've got to take the double on, really. Can't afford to play the straightforward draw. Just needed to catch that one a little thinner. Line the 2 reds up. But certainly has asked the question here of Jennifer Jones. So final stone of this 5th end for Team Canada. And pistol right down onto the nose. Jen really has started this game superbly well. Made some crucial shots at the right time. And it's Team Canada who lead 5-2 as they head into the break.
Yeah, I think Jennifer Jones knows that she's not quite getting all her own way right now, but she'll be more than happy with the scoreboard at the halfway stage.
First end of our feature marks between Canada and Finland. Jennifer Jones needing to draw the 8 foot for a score of 2 in the first. Right down onto the 4 foot and an early jump. But into the third end Canada already sitting 2. Jennifer once again with a chance to really close things out. But this one, always short for weight. Super's done all they could, but this one caught the top one on the center line.
Yeah, she did. She must have
They led 4-1. Fifth end, Jennifer Jones being asked to play the nose double against 4. Supers had to keep this one clean all the way down, but makes it right on the beak to pick up the single, and it was 5-2 at the fifth end. China, Germany, and we see Daniela Drendel trying to play a double, and this one looks as if it's just gonna over curl, and it will be a steal of 1 for China, and they lead 4-2 after 6 ends. Elsewhere, Switzerland 4-3 up on the United States, and Scotland 4-2 to the good over Denmark.
Especially on that freeze, it's like if it's perfect, we need to swoop it. If we're tapping, we can't, like, you know, and we did communicate that one well, but I'm just thinking like
That is fast. That extra 3 minutes makes a big difference. Yeah.
Are you freezing? You're going to get electric blankets.
So there you see the stats. Canada leading 5-2, and not too much in the percentages, but the only score that matters is the one that's on the board. So you're watching live coverage from the ZEN-NOH World Women's Curling Championship 2015. In the Tsutsumi Gymnasium, Sapporo. And it's myself, Ken Edwards, and Logan Gray, bringing you commentary on this game between Finland and Canada.
Well, I know you've always dreamed of being me, Kenny. You don't need to announce it on the air. Yeah, it's been pretty much one-way traffic here this evening. Canada very much dictating the play, but not getting all their own way.
Yeah, some good play by Finland in that fifth end. Did ask a couple of questions of Jennifer Jones and Team Canada. think it's really important that Finland do pick up 2 in this 6th endo if they're going to pose any real threat. Don McEwen for Canada.
Well, hangs around the edge of the house. I'm not too sure what they were trying to do there, but Canada quite content to keep the red stones out of the rings, going after this black stone.
Yeah, maybe a little surprised they're going after the back stone, because all Finland would do is just come around. I don't think you need to move that yellow at the moment. I think you just play the draw around the corner guard. You might need to use that yellow stone at the top of the 12 foot. Even though it is in the scoring area, it doesn't mean to say that Unakausta couldn't draw around it.
Well, only playing 53% at the moment. Ona needs to raise her game if she wants to play at this world-class level against the Olympic champions and be successful.
Well, that's not going to add to her score because that one just drifts right through the back, and straight away Jennifer Jones going to peel the guard off, get rid of any danger.
Deja vu, Kenny. Just a bit of an overthrow on that same line as 2 ends ago. And they got in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, it's all coming from the elbow, Logan. You see the throw once again. Just brings the stone underneath her body and then extends it out. And flies right past the guard. A really poor performance from Jill Officer.
Well, good correction though by Unakausta. Gets one in a useful spot there. Well, they could have chosen to go around the Yellowstone with that first one. Try and get the Canadians to make a play on it, make a mistake, and then you've got the opportunity to get a couple around the corner guard. We'll see how this works out though for Finland.
I think what we'll see Canada do is just play the scoreboard. Caitlin Laws down at 60% as well. So Finland can't say that Canada have brought their A game. Oh, big mistake. Rather unfortunate to stick that one right in the nose.
Well, I'm not sure when you're 5-2 up, they're playing the run back's the right shot there.
No, you just peel that one off and, as we said, just play the scoreboard. Might elect to draw around the yellow now. As Heidi Hosey again having a little bit of a disappointing game. Yeah, just surprised they made a play on that yellow. Are you surprised they took that away, Logan?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was a pretty useful stone for them, and one they could definitely hide behind at some stage.
So trying to run this one back again, catch a piece of something. Yeah, gets the high one, but again leaves a guard.
Yeah, it was a better shot though. You get rid of one, you open up the other one. It's still in a useful position. Back over to sheet C, and it's going to be Elena Pats. So I struggled a little bit on this out-turn side earlier today. So a chance to score a couple here at least. Oh, hits it a little bit on the inside and rolls out. It will only be one, and after 6 ends, bit of a head scratcher that one. Switzerland leading the United States by 5 shots to 3.
Yeah, so Canada electing to go for the high one. Jennifer Jones, 70%, but some of the shots she's played so far in this game have been pretty difficult. She's executed them pretty well.
Yeah, certainly a couple of shots that have made the difference in this game. Doesn't manage to quite find the roll underneath required there.
Yeah, just needs to curl about an inch more. Yeah, so we'll see Sanna Puustinen, who's only at 63%. Just play the in-turn or clockwise draw for a right-handed player. And the line's looking pretty good at the moment. And this is a great shot. Canada will just peel the open one, surely. And looking at playing the freeze, though.
Well, if you ever make a mistake with the freeze, then it's an open takeout.
For 3.
For 3 to tie the game. Big call here from Jennifer Jones.
Yeah, it is a big call.
It's a confident call.
Yeah, but at times you've maybe just got to take your medicine and know that. Is that? Yeah, so they are discussing hitting open one.
sliding nice, eh? It's really lying too, you guys. You have to kind of bite the 8 regardless. We need to keep that control.
Yeah, so
We need to get
big shot for Jen Jones.
I think it's pretty close to here, yeah.
And this one looks as if it needs to go all the way for weight. Can't afford to be short with this one.
Well,
poor call there from Team Canada.
Yeah, well, Kenny, I was going to say they've, if there's been anything that's been the Canadian team's kind of struggles in this game, it's to get the speed of the ice, and that's not an easy shot. It's not a gimme, especially when you don't know the ice. And in the first draw as well, I think you've seen a lot of teams hit the open red there and take their medicine, give up 2, and keep control of the game.
Yeah, so Finland have really worked their way brilliantly back into this game. Just done the basics well in this 6th end. But this one looks as if it's a little hot, but Super's now happy with it. So, score of 3, and I think a lot of people will be surprised at how from 4-1 up, Finland have managed to tie the game at 5-5.
Well, just another look at that final stone of the 6th end. The simplest shot of the game really so far for Sanna Puustinen, and it was to put 3 points on the board. Just had to really hit the 8-foot circle. Gets the job done, and who would have thought Finland would bounce back with a score of 3 to tie things up 5 each here in draw 2.
But you still don't have line, and it looks like a rocket. Is it deep? Yeah, go back back 12. I think it's there on its own, though. Okay.
Yeah, geez, that's a fair old mistake there from Don McEwen.
Yeah, the Canadians maybe a little bit on tilt after that setback in the 6th end.
Yeah, really well in control. 4-1 up in this game, remember.
Yep. Line's good. Yeah, Broom. No line for the tap. Off, Jill. Wait straight. Okay, lock it on. Still don't have line.
So, has Don McEwen adjusted her weight? Gets the weight and the line just about right.
I wouldn't be too surprised if the Finnish team gets some stones taken off for hogline violations this week. They really ride that hogline.
Yeah, they really are on top of it.
Well, quite a nice shot there from Unikausta. Just bumps things around and leaves that red in a useful angle at the top of the tee line.
Yeah, but as we say, it doesn't matter if you get close to the hog line. It only matters if you go over it. So.
Roll for a corner. Got it. About 3/4 on Don's side.
Well, change of handle here for Jill Officer. Not quite found her way so far in this game.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Roll it, Don. Oh, sorry, Jill. That's good. Nice shot.
Yeah, just changes the angles up and opens the red up on the center line.
Shoot. Good, it actually kind of creates some backing for our... Okay. Kind of creates a little backing for our... Ja, tulla ysi, päivä. Joo, takana keltainen sit. Joo.
So Finland just going to run this one back. I think they are. And
well, chips the yellow out and lies too, but not really enough to put Canada under any sort of real pressure.
gets past the guard quite comfortably. over curled and a little heavy. And Jill Officer really having a game to forget. Yeah, so blocks up the top of the 12-foot, but it does leave just a draw around to the back red. And, Jen Jones is electing to go for the double.
Yeah, one thing's for sure, I don't think the Canadians like that stone at the top of the 8-foot as in a threatening position, much more so than the other two stones.
Okay.
So Canada now lying 3rd and 4th.
Sorry. That much more.
Yeah, Finland's still got to be a little careful. Them yellows, even if they did get one in behind it, they're lined up. And that was the slight mistake that Canada were waiting for. Now we'll see them make the play and hit and roll to the face of the back red. I think you've got to play the hit with this one. But doing that, you bring all the other stones into play.
We could just bring these other ones into play. This one's on too, like we're... Yeah, I like it.
I think we've got a parrot in here, Kenny.
Yeah, I think Jen spending time in the commentary bench with myself and Basil a few seasons ago.
I was there as well.
She's maybe picked a thing or two up. Oh, a little narrow away, I would say.
Yeah, immediately down with the brushes.
How would you like that? Absolutely perfect.
Nice shot. Nice shot. Really bad into that one. I'm like, this looks like a lot.
Here we see it once again. Just catches the red stone about half and just drags down the handle, screwed right down onto the red. And that really does bring all them yellow stones into play.
Yeah, and what I loved about that shot, Kenny, was the way that they played at it. You see a lot of teams going for the double take out there and potentially hitting it a little bit too thick and rolling right out of the house across the top. But by playing that nice quiet weight, they hit it a little bit thicker perhaps than planned. They roll over to a perfect freeze. They hit it slightly thinner than that. They potentially make a little kind of tap on that red stone to lie a couple. So super shot there.
Yeah, and the two yellows at the left-hand side, just at the top 12-foot, also may come into play. Yep, so does enough to sit short.
here. Yeah, go shot.
Pretty good. Back ball, probably.
I think we go here.
Yeah. You got it.
We just, even if we're not, we don't really need to be very.
No, I agree.
For the 5.
So just electing to play the come around.
Getting a hair faster, hey?
Yeah, it's nice.
Still a good chance for Canada to make a multiple score here. So the timer on this one, hog to hog. We're seeing around 13.2, 13.3 in the first draw today.
Yeah, and then in the last end we saw Sanna Pustinen's, one of the previous ends anyway, I think it was like 14.7. So it does seem to be some different tracks. 13.2, a little bit quick at the moment. Just bumps that Yellowstone and probably only lying 1 at the moment, Canada.
Wow, that went a long way.
Yeah. Ei silleen, että se nousee tänne, koska sitten ne vois olla tuplanneet.
Just a lot longer way than it was going earlier.
Ei ne kyllä ois lähdössä, joo.
Se sama heitto kuin äsken, niin pitäisi saada niinku samalle linjalle.
Joo, se nosti äsken vähän liikaa.
Yeah, so freeze required. But, there may be something left for 2 or 3 for Jen Jones if this one isn't absolutely glued right on top of this. But interesting to see what time Sanna Pustinen gets with her draw.
Yeah, again, hog to hog. Maybe looking for something around 13.5. Again, 14.7 like in the last end. And gets the job done.
Absolutely, glues it. There's nothing there, surely, for Canada to pick it any more than the single point.
I don't see it, no. And guards is in the way.
I know, I'm just gonna hit here. I don't have to hit it very far.
I just don't see how we do anything with this one. And if we're just picking it, we're still going for 1.
No, I get it, Caitlin. I'm just saying, like, do you think there's any way that if I hit this really thin, we get it off there, and it just touches it to there? Like, if you look at the angle, it's gonna go.
Yeah. I don't see it, but if you do.
Oh, a bit of a frosty reception there, I'd say, from Jen Jones to Caitlin Laws, but I think Jen was probably right in what she said. It's probably there just to play a slash at it.
It's almost 4 feet, 5 feet back.
So, needs to be right down onto the 1 foot here for Canada to score here in 7 and keep the lead.
So final stone of the 7th for Jennifer Jones.
Line's good.
For line 2, guys, for line 2.
super hard, but I'm hard. Like,
Wait there, too. You gotta go. Wait there.
We're good. We're good.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, nicely played
I knew it would get there.
for the single point.
Good, Jen.
Good brushing.
Good done.
Back forward. Back forward. Yeah. 14.
Yeah, so Canada lead 6-5 after 7 ends.
Tough one. Okay. Going force to make Dawn's fault.
Mine's good.
8th end, and you're watching live coverage from the ZEN-NOH World Women's Curling Championship 2015, coming to you live from the Sumi Gymnasium, Sapporo, Japan. And it's myself, Ken Edwards, and Logan Gray for the game between Finland and Canada. Canada leading 6-5. They did lead 4-1 at an early stage, but Finland worked their way back into it.
Yeah, certainly. Kenny, 3 ends to play here, and still anyone's game, really. Canada just leading by 1 at the moment.
So Dawn McEwen just gonna trying to get this one on the center line. So it doesn't quite cover the one on the button. I think Canada maybe just struggling a little bit with the ice conditions out here. Not quite got a hold of where they need to be putting the broom.
Oh, Dawn McEwen slightly getting the better of Mario Ipi. They're playing her by around 5%. Finland choosing to try and clear the danger here and get that shot stone off the button. Oh, Man, did that even touch the guard, I wonder? Let's have another look at this. I just wonder if it glances off the back of the guard here. Is there a touch?
I don't think so.
Well, Canada going quite aggressive here in this 8th end.
Oh, you gotta go. You need to be on it, you guys. Come on. Come on, Caitlin. Go. Go, 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 go. Okay, good brushing. Atta girl.
Good draw there by officer.
On Costa, just going to try and follow that Yellowstone down with the red counter. And does glance off the yellow, but pushes the yellow into the open. So take a look at the stats there. Both seconds really struggling down at 54 and 52 for Jill Officer. Not a good day at the office.
No, these are certainly not world-class stats. But it is early in the week, and players obviously adjusting to these new ice conditions. Just another one a little bit wide in that in-turn takeout for Jill.
Haven't been under curling on my hips either, so trying to like.
Kenny, when you've got a player in your team who's obviously struggling and making the same error each time, is there anything you can do to address that as a skip?
Well, in most teams, they'll have each player will maybe have a buddy that they'll, rather than everybody telling them what they're doing wrong, one player or individual within the team, generally the skip, will let them know what they're doing wrong. Just have a word in their ear. Maybe if it's a front end player, it'll be maybe the second or the third player will just communicate to them to say, look, get through the stone, put a positive handle on it. Just think through what's the objective of it, error on the professional side.
Great shot there by Caitlin Laws, matching that lovely takeout from Finland. Just about manages to stick in behind the guard, just rolls a half stone out.
Yeah, so the yellow isn't open, so we'll see Finland play the takeout. And again, Caitlin Laws just a little bit ahead of Heidi Jose. But that one took a curl from nowhere.
I'm not in love with how Finland have called this end. They've not really pushed as hard as I would have liked to see them go for their deuce.
Tight as you can go, guys. Tight as you can go. That's the finish it. Come on, we need it for line two. We need to split center. Come on. Guys, go, 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 go.
Have they got it to curl enough? They might have just done enough. The shot might be there now, turn no. And it looks like it maybe is.
No, tough one. I
Yeah, and certainly with those longer guards as well, just gives you that bit more space to get the bend, to curl your stone behind the guard and make the takeout on that yellow stone at the top of the fort.
Have they got past the high one? Pretty close to it. Oh, they haven't. And now Canada could really block that hole, and not really a way in for Finland after that on the left-hand side of the sheet as we look at the overhead.
Yeah, back-to-back, just touching the guard, bringing a new meaning to double kiss.
Okay, this is all line. I think it's heavier on this side. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
So like a 3 3/4?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't played any draws this side, so.
It's a gas, so.
Slightly better stats from the skips.
I'd like it to curl a bit.
Tight. Halfway, maybe. 4 feet. Halfway to 4 feet.
Halfway, maybe.
Has to sit.
Just, it's above the yellow.
That's really
Needs
curly.
to stop.
Gotta sit. Stop it, really.
So it just needs a piece of the center line, and maybe just over curled a hair.
Speed, Jen.
I think you guys to sweep that early.
Well, it's going to be the same shot here again. Just trying to wiggle one between those two stones closest to the center line. Put it through that gap onto the yellow at the top of the red circle, the 4-foot circle. And stick around somewhere. It's a long way away, the hack. So let's see how Sanna Pustinen gets on with this stone. Again, quite a lot of weight here. I think we've seen quite a lot of curl from a lot of the players, so maybe just trying to take some of that out of the equation. I don't think Ona Kausta expected that one to touch.
Behind, but I didn't know. You thought it was going behind?
It was close. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Well, let's just have another look at this. Stone just runs over and hits her in the right foot. I think it would have just gone into the side of the red guard there.
I don't know.
Ona Kausta immediately owning up.
Yeah, where was my... Yeah, just leave it. Throw the card, I think.
Yeah, I think they could have moved things around, but
Time shortage is fine.
I think anywhere on the centre line, you're always going to force Finland out on the in turn.
Fresh too, right? So.
Oh, to be honest, I don't think there was any real advantage in for anyone in moving the stones around there, just overcomplicates things.
When did they start our clock? Top 12 is pretty good, you guys. It's all line, okay?
Yeah, so great opportunity for Canada to pick up the steal here in this 8th end.
No, it's gotta move, guys. Gotta curl.
A lot of weight in this one.
Line's great. Line's perfect. Hard. That's good, that's good.
Yeah, perfect shot.
Yeah, nicely managed that one. After over curling on the previous one, takes a bit more ice and gets the job done, and now it's Tricky draw here for Sanna Puustinen. Needs to be at least half in the 4-foot circle to score in this 8th end.
Yeah, I used it all.
Yeah. It's really finished.
Niin, nämä paha sanoa, mutta noista suojista pitäisi päästä ohi, että 14. Pitäkää sit puolesta ainakin täältä reunasta.
So final stone of this important 8th end. Sanna Puustinen needing fully 4-foot for a single point to tie the game. And how's the weight looking? This one looks pretty good though. Haha. Looks as if they've done enough, and it is 1 red, so the game all tied. So this Finnish side not being intimidated by the might of Team Canada.
8 ends played here. Finland 6, Canada 6.
They go in, we'll just try them.
Well, here's a look at the scoreline on sheet A in draw 2 here. Surprising, really. Canada looked to have everything in hand. 4-2 up with the last one playing the 5th end, but that big score of 3 in the 6th really brought Finland back into the game, and for me it looks like their confidence is growing, Kenny.
Yeah, certainly. They've worked their way back into the game, and Canada really just not kicking on as we would have expected to see, just making too many basic errors. It is the first game for both these teams here at the championship, so you've got to cut them a little bit of slack, but some of the shots they're playing, even this draw from Don McEwen, they really can't afford to be back of the 4-foot.
So chance here.
Yeah, good chance to play a freeze on this yellow back of the 4.
Well, I think any sort of a score of 1 for either team is a success for Finland here. One thing they don't want to do is to give up a wank. or a score of 2 here. So that's what they'll be trying to set out to do. And for me, Finland definitely look the happier of the two teams at the moment. Just over curls and slides a bit too far. Switzerland 5, United States 4. And here's Lena Putz.
Yeah, drawing against what looks like 3 USA stones. Having to find a piece of the button.
I don't think she was necessarily even going for the shot stone there. I think it's just playing it safe and just giving out 1 to take the hammer and control into 10. So a good shot there from Alina, but gives up a score of 1. And after 9 ends, 5 each there on sheet C. Now another mistake there from the Canadians as they come up short with the come around attempt.
And this one looks as if it's got a little bit of heat in it. Super standing right back off this one. And good job that Yellowstone was there to catch against, because that would have been right through to the hack. So Canada just taking this one right down onto the face of the red. Yeah, I still see most of the yellow, so should be able to come down at maybe TU8 and just sitting inside. And it looks like they've lost this one. Just up to sweeping, but get second prize with freezing that on the back red.
Oh, you know, Kenny, Anacosta doesn't put that much rotation on her out-turn release. And when you're playing on ice conditions like this, that can really be quite punishing. Just there's so much curl late on that it's difficult to really control it. Here's another look at that release. We're looking for kind of 3 rotations on that stone as it travels down the ice. And Anacosta only generally kind of gets maybe 1.5 to 2. So maybe that's something she'll pick up as she goes to more international championships and plays on these kind of ice conditions more often. So Finland lying 2 there at the moment. And over on sheet D, our first look at Eve Muirhead.
Yeah, taking on Lena Nielsen of Denmark, drawing against 1, already leading 6-4.
Yeah, needs a piece of the 1 foot to score though. Well, look at that. Again, just off the back of my conversation about handle, not really enough rotation there from Eve, and that one over curls too. And steal a 1. Coming home, it's going to be Scotland 6, Denmark 5. All extremely tight games out here. in draw 2. One-shot games or tied games right across the boards. And a bit of a mistake potentially here. They've just covered the wrong side of that yellow stone for me.
Yeah.
And that draw will be open for Canada to try and sling another one round there and make the freeze on that red.
Yeah, while that's going on, we're going to take a look at Sheet B, the game between China and Germany. Daniela Drendel having to get into the button with her final stone. To try and take this game into overtime.
Well, we saw Daniela play 2 really strong final ends to see off Sweden, scoring 2 in 10 and then stealing 2 in the extra end as well.
All 3 sweeping this one. Have they done enough? Oh, they have. That's a great shot by the skip.
Well, once again, Germany are going to need an extra end. So China got off the ice reasonably simply earlier on with a win against Norway, despite giving up 3 in the first end, but they're going to have to work a little bit harder if they want to make it a 2-win day here against Germany.
Yeah, things getting a little bit messy in this 9th end.
Yeah, I think we've just seen a lot of teams try and keep it reasonably clean here in this situation, being a tied game with the last stone advantage. But Canada certainly not considering that in this end.
I'm kind of thinking that. Quarter rock, or half actually, half.
Yeah, I like this call from Jen, just to try and open up and give yourself half a chance of getting something into that 4 foot. You could end up pushing one of the yellows right back onto the reds. Yellow just to the right of where Jen's sitting.
Needing about half stone connection here. And just hit a fraction thicker than half there, I think.
It's the first time we've had a look at the clocks for thinking time. Something new for the World Championships this year. Logan, do you think it's a step in the...
Yeah, it's definitely a step in the right direction, Kenny. The fact that the stones aren't getting timed on their way down the ice, it stops the teams who want to be aggressive and put lots of stones in play being disadvantaged by the clocks. Was just leading to ends getting run through. Of course, more stones in play as well, needs more thinking, so definitely a step in the right direction, I would say.
Yeah, so have they done enough? I think they've done enough okay to cover their own reds, but I think you're just leaving a shot for Canada just to come around and sit top of the button.
Yeah, I don't think they had too much more options. They could have come down. I would have probably liked them to see a corner freeze on the one in the house, but definitely erring on the right side, I would say.
Probably lose this one.
It's definitely not a dream situation for Canada at the moment.
path and she comes in, I think we gotta play that, yeah. Gotta play that run back. Like if I go here, it's great. Yeah. But if I don't, she plays this in turn and we're screwed. Like she'll come around here. Yeah. So I think we almost have to run 3/4. Try and get that to come back. Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
So timeout's been called.
I think to try and kick that 3 out of the draw path.
So we're just waiting on Wendy Morgan providing some assistance.
I'll leave you a shot for your last one.
So. Okay.
So a 1 minute timeout. The little clock down the bottom there is just the travel time for the coach. So she's got 7 minutes, 7 seconds even before the timeout does get underway.
For them to get down here.
It's a long time.
They almost need like
running that in, that guard in. I've got the draw. It's just that if I don't make it, we're kind of in big trouble. We're thinking into this.
I think we got to slash that. We got to have a shot on her.
Like the 3 into the 2 and like double peeling them basically. Yeah. I think this gives us the best chance. Alrighty, enjoy your walk back. Take the 8.
You get it right. Go down, soak here.
Yeah, so Finland, the red stones, Canada yellow. Canada looking to drive the red onto the yellow, back onto the other reds. So just the high side of nose. Does enough to open it up though. That's
backed it up actually. Yeah.
That's good enough.
It's the first one we've actually backed up.
Ne pääsee kiertämään. Tuolla on kuitenkin määrisvoima niin hallussa, että... Joo, on siitä riippuen.
Just caught that a little thinner than they would have liked.
En tiedä. Toi tulee tohon päin. Niin.
So a golden opportunity really for Finland.
Jos on etuvalko, niin ne pääsee kuitenkin kiertää tohon noin. Mun mielestä, no etuvalko, etupuna. Mut pesään. Joo.
So just something around the top of the 4-foot circle.
Yeah, if you could just put it right on the center line, biting the top of the 4, that'd be about perfect really.
Mut ei missään nimessä takapesää.
So they're just indicating that this one's a little bit heavy. Don't want to set this one up alongside it. There might be a triple. And yeah, it's nothing there to score any more than a single point, but gotta say a missed opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. They could have put a steal on the board here. And like it's almost impossible to miss here for Jennifer Jones.
What do you guys think? I think it's good here. Like 4.5? Yeah, close.
Yeah, can't afford to go throwing this one light though. So final stone of the 9th end for Jennifer Jones.
Well, looks like there's going to be no problem at all here. Loads of backing and right down onto the 1 foot. And Canada keeping control of this game, taking a 1-shot lead coming home. It will be Canada 7, Finland 6.
You got to make sure we keep the tight on that guard. We left that other one a little bit too. Yeah, but even the second one, we didn't see it. Like we lost the line, like it was here. I think we couldn't get it to here because they kind of such a finish. Later, yeah. Okay. I'll give you the intern. Okay, let's go, guys. Yeah.
Well, there's a scoreboard for the first 9 ends. No steals to be had here in draw 2. And if you've just joined us, you're watching live coverage from the ZEN-NOH World Women's Curling Championship 2015. Coming to you live from the Sukisamu Gymnasium here in Sapporo. My name is Logan Gray, and alongside me, Kenny Edwards. Too close to call.
Yeah, some uncharacteristic mistakes from Canada, and some great play by Finland have made this game really interesting.
Well, the corner guard goes up. It's really a perfectly placed first stone by Don McEwen. Just at the top of the button, that could be a potential game winner later on.
Yeah, just looking to throw this one up nice and tight to the house, protect that yellow one. And that's the first end. It's only taken 10 ends to get a perfect set up for Team Canada. But it's about doing it when it matters, and it certainly matters when it's the 10th end.
Well, choosing to come around the corner guard, so pushing hard for the two when when your opposition have set up that well without the last stone, then could be a little bit concerned they might throw a double centre on that yellow. I fully suspect we might see Jennifer Jones do that, but meanwhile on sheet C, it's all over, and Switzerland have defeated the USA by 6 shots to 5. And a good day at the office for Switzerland, getting 2 wins on the board. United States will have to wait until tomorrow to try and get their first win up. So here we go, a nice draw around the corner from Finland, and Canada pretty much forced really to go for this double centre.
Line's good. No, line's tight. Line's tight. Over and up. Hard clean. Over and up. Heavy. Got it. Oh, this is gone. Heavy. Okay. Hey, no.
Yeah, so that one just over curling, and kind of a wasted shot, that one. If anything, it's a good stone for Finland.
Yeah, maybe a bit of an overcorrection from Jill Officer there. We've seen her missing a few times on the wide side with that in-turn, and maybe just trying to straighten up a little bit. Can quite often be a little bit of a miscommunication between the thrower and the skip as well, because the skip gives ice based on what they've been doing all game, and then the players trying to correct their own throw. So a bit of a double whammy there, and a mistake there from Onakausta as well. Hits and rolls out of play on that centre guard.
I think we'll just see Canada just block this up and try and run for home.
So, Daniela Drindel trying to play a come around onto the 1 foot. China lying 1 on the edge of the fort.
Have they lost this one? Well, I think they have.
I just wonder if that one picked up, Kenny. It just seemed to stop dead about 2/3 of the way down the sheet. Well, they had a really good one in there on the button. They lost it, and Germany got off with 1 this morning, but they're going to concede the game this evening, losing to China by a final score of 7 shots to 5. China will join Switzerland on 2 wins and no losses after day 1. So now Caitlin Laws drops her guard short of the hog line. Well, I think this is, when you see shots like that, you have to really think that the ice conditions are changing a lot.
Yeah, but to be fair, Logan, these guys are experienced enough. They're Olympic champions. They should know what's happening out there.
So now look at this opportunity for Finland. Hit and roll in behind the corner guards. All of the play on the same side of the sheet. So even if it does go horribly wrong, then Sanna Pustinen has the whole clockwise side of the sheet to throw or draw into the button to take an extra. Great opportunity for the World Championship rookies.
Well, this is a big shot here for Caitlin Laws.
Yeah, a bit too much weight there, I fancy, from Heidi Hussey. Doesn't manage to make the roll and leaves a A double takeout opportunity here for Caitlin.
This one needs to get an inside roll on this.
Well, nice shot there by Caitlin Laws. Puts the pressure back on Finland.
Yeah, just needed to roll another, maybe stone's width to the left. Goes for the run back and ends up not too bad, but what the problem was is that they'd rolled a centre guard. So
yeah, not really what the doctor ordered there though. Let's see, just sits a little bit inside and rolls their own red out, sticks in the wing and leaves a centre guard. Yeah, and sometimes a picture says a million words.
Kind of taking the same ice, but it's I don't think you'll need to sweep it for long.
So 68% for Jen Jones on her draws. Not been her forte this evening.
Well, we've probably dealt with the ice conditions better than most, I would say. Clearly has been a struggle out there. And looking for something around 14 seconds here.
Line's good. Just forward where you got room. Full forward.
Line's great. Doesn't have to curl. Line's perfect.
It's close.
Line's perfect.
So 14-1 should be good.
Line's perfect. Doesn't have to curl.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
A lovely draw by the Canadian skipper.
Nice shot, Jen.
Yeah, so it's just a battle of the skips now. Who's got the bottle? If you're Sanna Puustinen, yeah, you've got to make a play on that yellow, but if you can make a nice tap back to the back of the forefoot, you're looking good for picking up two.
Well, they can't spend too much time on this. They only have a minute and 25 seconds, as you can see there, ticking away from them. Not going to have a huge amount of time to play their last stone, maybe around 1 minute.
Yeah, it's still enough time, I think, Logan. And that is the benefit of having thinking time. You're not being punished for playing down weight shots if you're chasing the game. So the clock is stopped now. They have a minute and 3 seconds left, so that's more than enough time to play the final shot.
Well, just a tap back call. This one's going over curl. Can they get a red into the house to second shot position? No. Close though. So Canada line 2 here. I'm just going to try and put one into the front of the house.
Ne oli aika vaikea toi tuplakin.
Yeah. I think we're second. That's where we had it. We had to go here.
Yeah.
I think that's got to be close.
Yeah, I kind of like the same.
Okay.
You got it.
As long as the line's good.
Yeah.
4 feet or. Yeah. Well, no, it's got to be tight.
Tight guard, full 12.
Okay, we're second, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you heard it from
Do you have anything off that other one?
Jennifer, just something in the front ring required here.
How much do you have? How much space do you have?
think so.
Okay. Yeah, just go for it.
Yeah, so quite a key shot for Jennifer Jones.
Well, absolutely, Kenny. This is the difference between winning the game right here or going down an extra end and giving Finland another chance, really.
Roll 12. Line's close. Line's close. Gonna have to finish, guys.
Line's good.
Make sure you're 12 foot for line.
Easy.
No, wait. No, line's good. Line's good.
Biting 8. Biting 8. Biting 8.
Well, that's good.
Nice shot, Jen.
Well,
Good.
maybe slips a little bit too far, really,
That slid a little better than I
because
thought.
leaves a nose double for
A little bit better than I thought it would.
for the single point.
I mean, I don't know how
Nokka. Ihan vähän tossa.
Might be there, but it's. I should have come and looked because I was scared. I was like,
So 40 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Plenty of time, really, for Sanna Puustinen to get this one away.
Joo.
And it will be a double takeout on the centre line here to try and take this game into an extra end. Only 53% on 9 hits. Needs a good one here.
Certainly the shot she's better known for. And just on the high side, so Canada can only be described as fortunate winners. They will steal 2. 9-6 winners over Finland.
Hey, run back home. Thanks for all your support.
So a laboured start from Team Canada, but Finland can take the positives from that and know they can get back into a game when they've been 4-1 and 5-2 down. Sixth end, Sanna Puustinen only needs to be fully 12 foot to tie the game at 6. And this one right down onto the tee line, and a score of 3, and 6-6 was the score. Ninth end, and Jennifer Jones facing 3 finished stones, back of the 4 foot. So the outturn draw. Just played it. Battering weight against the face of the red, and Canada led by 1 into the 10th end. Sanna Puustinen looking to play the nose double to take this game into overtime. Just floated this one back, and it wouldn't curl enough. Only takes the single one, and a steal of 2 for Canada, and a 9-6 victory to get their World Championship campaign off to a flyer. Elsewhere, China 7-5 winners over Germany. Switzerland 6-5 over United States, and Scotland a 7-5 win over Denmark. So here are the standings. China, Scotland and Switzerland all with 2 wins on the opening day of this World Championship. Canada, Russia, Germany, the only other teams to get a point on the board.
Jen, first win on the board out there. Did things go to plan?
Not exactly to plan. We struggled a little bit with the ice, but you know, a win's a win, and we found a way to win that game. We'll have to be a little bit sharper tomorrow.
And is there anything in particular that you think is going to make the difference?
Just to have a better feel for draw weight, and we missed a few draws that we'd like back for sure. But you know, I was really happy with how we came out for the first game and found a way to win a game to start the round robin.
What would you put the few mistakes down to? Is it the ice conditions, the different continent?
No, I'm not sure. You know, it was just a little dependent on the path where you're throwing for the draw weight, and we just misjudged a few and missed, you know, just on the path. But other than that, I thought we had a good game, and like I said, happy with the win.
Congratulations, and thanks for talking.
Thanks very much.
So winning skip, Jennifer Jones. 9-6 winners over Stana Pustinen's Finnish side. So from Logan Gray and myself, Ken Edwards from Sapporo in Japan, thanks for listening.